I'm impressed. Those are two of the most badass women in the world. And I only know one other guy who can defeat them. Jackpot.
Good morning everyone, my name is Wiz, and it is my life mission to give you a toast to characters that deserve recognition. Today, I'll be giving a toast to none other than Dante from Devil May Cry 5, directed by Hideaki Itsuno, and voice acted and brought to life by none other than Reuben Langdon. We see a side of our hero we have not yet seen before. Without further ado, grab your coffee and let's savor this character.
Guess I get to see it with my own eyes. If it really is you.
In Devil May Cry 5, when we initially see Dante, we can tell that he is not the same character from the previous games. He is no longer the overly confident young warrior we saw in Devil May Cry 3, but an individual who has learned from his past experiences. While he still intimidates his opponents, he does not underestimate them. This is best seen when Dante discovers that his brother has returned. Seeing the countless lives Urizen has taken, Dante understands that the heartwarming family reunion would not be so heartwarming, considering that Dante's last encounter with his brother was when Virgil was brainwashed against his will. Seeing him as the merciless Urizen must have filled him with anger and sorrow. And still, Dante persevered. He knows fully well what his brother is capable of and puts his emotions aside. While Dante still loves Virgil, he sees the creature before him is no longer the brother he knew. He sees that he has succumbed to his urge for more power, to the point that he is more demon than human.
No, brother. You don't have everything. That last shred of humanity that you still had, you just lost it.
While Dante is unaware that V is Virgil's humanity, he makes a decision that he knows may haunt him in the future. As much as he loves him, Dante knows deep down that it is a fight where there is no winner. The city would be saved at the cost of his own brother's life by his hands. Dante wastes no time and faces him with all his strength. Similar to his battle with Mundus, we see our hero completely focused on finishing a fight instead of enjoying it. We can sense Dante's anger and even disappointment in his brother as they clash, perhaps wishing things were different.
This is where it all started. That day Mother saved me and left you behind. The thing you don't know is, she tried to save you too. She kept searching and searching. Until I killed her.
Not only has Dante grown wiser, but takes on a parental role. This is a layer of Dante we have not yet seen before. When Nero faces Urizen, Dante immediately becomes protective. Instead of trying to kill Urizen, his focus turns on saving his only nephew. He does not hesitate and enters his devil state, disregarding his own safety. With the memory of his mother's death still in his heart, we see Dante emulate her, similar to his mother sacrificing herself for him. Dante does the same for Nero. Knowing that he cannot beat his brother, he does his best to hold him back. As a result of his actions, Dante's most iconic weapon, rebellion, is shattered. He does not regret his actions, knowing fully well they were for Nero's sake. This moment demonstrates that Dante's priorities have changed. He is no longer just a confident and bold warrior, but proves that he has his mother's compassion and her will to put the future of those he holds dear above his own.
If I don't return, you must run. By yourself, alone. You must change your name. Forget your past and start a new life. As someone else. A new beginning.
He further demonstrates his role as a protective uncle when he tries to prevent Nero from facing his father. Through Lady, Dante has seen the emotional toll a person experiences and the weight they must carry for killing their own father. Dante believes that he is saving his nephew from an experience that would forever change him by staining his hands with the blood of his own brother. By doing this, he knows he'll be creating a wound that not even time could heal.
I lost my right arm because of him!
This is not your fight. I need to stop him and that's all that matters.
I'm not gonna let you have all the fun, Dante!
You don't get it.
Let me guess. I'm dead weight? Well, you can
That's
show
not
it!
it, Nero.
What is it then?
He's your father!
As the game progresses, Dante not only comes across the challenges of taking on a parental role, but also questions his father's legacy. In the first time in the series, we see Dante in his childhood home, staring at the portrait of his family. He recalls his childhood, recalling the days Virgil read on the couch, and the times they sparred with one another.
I always wondered, why did my father give me the rebellion?
Dante contemplates with his father's decision, wondering why he left Virgil the Yamato and Dante the rebellion. Recalling that the Yamato is capable of expelling man and demon, Dante applies that same theory to his father's keepsake. Unlike the previous times he was stabbed through the chest by Virgil and Nero, Dante is carrying the Devil Sword Sparta on his back. This is a symbolic moment as his blade and his father's become one. In a way, they are reuniting in the very home his childhood came to an end, and a new chapter begins. When Dante faces Griffin, Shadow, and Nightmare, he tries to avoid further bloodshed. Realizing what they're doing and seeing that their intention is out of love for Virgil, Dante respects their final wish. While he is not one to kill, he understands that he must be the one to eliminate Virgil's past under Mundus's control. As Griffin lays dying, Dante pays his respects. He sees that there are individuals who genuinely care for Virgil's well-being, willing to sacrifice themselves for his sake. Similar to what his mother did for him and what he did for Nero, Griffin reminds Dante of the love he still has for his brother. While he does not immediately express his emotions after Urizen and V combine, we immediately see a shift in his tone and character when they meet. We see a side of him we have not seen since their very first encounter on top of the Timmy Negru in Devil May Cry 3.
How many times have we fought?
Hard to say. It's the only memory I have of us since we were kids.
While he knows he must stop Virgil, he cannot help but express his enjoyment in reuniting with his older brother. He takes in the moment as he is able to test his potential with the only person he sees as his equal. We see him genuinely smile and find a moment of peace. While most families tend to express their emotions through words, the Sons of Sparta do this through battle. With each clash, we can visibly see, but most importantly feel, their admiration for one another. However, Dante's mood and focus changes again when Nero interrupts their battle. In the moment Nero forces Dante onto the ground, our character sees that the nephew that he so desperately tried to shield and protect no longer needs him. He expresses joy as his nephew proves himself, bringing out Virgil's pride in having a son who is more than willing to challenge him. Seeing this firsthand, Dante acknowledges Nero's strength as a sign that he no longer has to look over his shoulder and passes the torch to his nephew.
You can't just expect me to stay here while you both go
It's
in.
because you're here we can go. We're trusting you with things on this side. Capiche?
This moment demonstrates that Dante is proud of the warrior Nero has become. He's able to fully entrust a responsibility he has carried for so long onto someone he deems capable. In the final moments of the game, Dante does not allow his brother to stay in the demon world alone and joins him in sealing the portal. Perhaps Dante recalls the events of Devil May Cry 3 and 1 in which he cried over the loss of his brother. In each of those games, Dante experienced losing a person who reminds him of his childhood. With Nero being able to protect the human world, Dante is able to finally enjoy himself with the one person who understands him, his other half. Before we finish our coffee and begin our day, I would like to personally say thank you. Thank you for your continued support and positivity. If you enjoyed this video, possibly leave a like and subscribe for more. Let me know what was your favorite Devil May Cry game and what made you fall in love with Dante in the comments down below. This is Wiz, and I'm all out of toast.
This is never gonna end.
Maybe. We got plenty of time.